No weapon fashioned against you shall prosper. Sonya Mishrawa. Ya batu edu banisu enya ubute. Sonya Mishrawa. He'll set you at table.
You are chairman for GAMRO. We've seen the lives of some of the board chairmen, and today you are the one in here. And every time we get musicians, we talk to them. It's either one says, I'm not getting my royalties. The other will say that, oh, they are cheating me. The other will say that maybe I don't like the way they are treating us. And they go as far as even comparing that of ours to other countries. When you hear stories like this, what goes through your mind?
Yes, when I hear stories like this, two things. Either the person who is speaking is ignorant of what GAMRO is. Some of them are not even members. They are talking because other people are talking. And then how do you compare countries that have practiced collective management for 200 years to Ghana that just started some 3-4 years ago? Yes, nothing can be as perfect as how Americans are doing it or how Europeans are doing it. We have a long way to go. First and foremost, the American citizenry or the European citizenry understands, they put value on music. They know that music is an intellectual property, so when you use somebody's intellectual property, you pay for it. Just like you use electricity and you pay for it, or you use water and you pay for it. So they are ready to pay. Then bring it down to Ghana. Ghana is a country that has no respect for intellectual property. People whose livelihood even depend, businesses that their livelihood even depends on music, are not ready to pay. So now you bring it to a level where somebody has a restaurant, like where we're sitting, and you come and ask him or her to pay for music usage. They say, no, but me, I'm have my restaurant, I've gone to buy your CD, why should I pay for it? So it will take us a long way before we get to the level that people are expecting us to get to. But of course, we are working very hard. Now let's also come to practical terms. For example, elsewhere when they start collective management organization, i.e. GAMRO, for first 5 years, they don't distribute. They collect monies to build the structures, build the software, the logistics, and blah, 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 to be able to collect. Ghana, from day one, you are expected to distribute. Because by law, you can take not more than 30% to run everything, administration, salaries, logistics, everything, and then you have to share the rest. Money that you have not been able to collect, the law is asking you to use only 30%. So it cripples you. You know, so as much as you want to do the best you can, you don't have the money, you don't have the resources. I mean, we are living in a country of over 28 million people. It's only recently that GAMRO got some few cars, some few motorbikes, you know. So, yes, people will complain. And then let's come back to some of the artists. Some of them are not even members of GAMRO. As we sit, especially the young ones, as we sit, there are young artists that GAMRO has collected money on their behalf. We've published this several times. Come and assign your right, collect your money. They don't come. They don't even know where your office is.
So there's always, when it's time, you always call them, but they do not come.
They will not come. Some of them, you see, we wanted to direct them to come to GAMRO, especially those whose music are trending.
Yeah.
You know? Right now, go and ask Kiddy, is he a member of GAMRO? No. Ask Kwame Eugene, is he a member of GAMRO? No. Ask Kim Promise, is he a member of GAMRO? No. This lady, the one who died, what is her name? Ebony was never a member of GAMRO. There's so many of them who are not member of GAMRO, you know? And I don't know for what reason.
So, Uncle Rex, for instance, since they are not members, when their monies come, what happens? Do you still give it to them, or
is there? You can't collect money from us if you haven't assigned your right with us. If you have registered with, say, Suiza or PRS or ASCAP or whatever, yes, as we have reciprocal agreement with them, you will transfer your money to them, you go and collect it from there. But why would you be a Ghanaian and you don't want to, if you really are in the game and don't want to register with Gambro? Sometimes some of them will tell you, oh, but Gambro, the money is too small.
Yes, I mean, they've mentioned as low as maybe 100 cities.
But the question is,
100 cities and
the question is, somewhere in Europe, they can distribute and you get $5. Wow. $5 and 100 cities, which one is bigger? Exactly.
Yeah.
I am a member of Suiza. I signed for Suiza for the rest of the world, and I signed to Gambro for Africa. If I'm not operating and if I'm not active in Europe, whose money should they give to me? I mean, I've collected as much as 10,000 euros, 15,000 euros before from Suiza.
yeah.
But the last distribution I got 5 euros because I haven't been active. It is only recently that I've started releasing new works, and then later I'll be going on a tour and stuff like that, and then the money will start to come. But Ghana, somebody released some singles from 10, 20 years ago. He's not doing anything. The music is not being played. He's sitting somewhere and expecting to be getting money every time because our systems are not in place. You know, so there is nothing in collective management that says that you always get the same amount or your money always go up. No, your money goes up and down depending on how active your music is.
I've had the opportunity to actually interact with Akosua Japan, and I think she's been one person who's always been fighting and thinks that there's still corruption in Ghana and all of that. And I think the last time I had a talk with her, she actually mentioned the fact that when you and her were back there and you were not part of Gambro, you guys, like, you all planned on how to, you know, reach out to them and make sure people get their monies and everything. And ever since you came in as chairman, she has said that you turned deaf ears on her and then even some of your colleagues. What do you have to say to that?
Akosua is my sister, but she's ignorant. She's completely ignorant about collective management. I'm sorry to say this. I decided not to mind her because she's my sister, but she's ignorant. And sometimes I feel ashamed that she's very close to me and she doesn't know anything about this collective management, and she goes about disgracing herself. Now, here is the situation. First and foremost, let's find out why she's doing what she's doing.
Exactly. I was almost coming to that because I know you were all
why she's doing what she's doing is because she wanted to form her own collective management organization. She teamed up with some people, they registered it, they went to Attorney General's department to get a license to run their own collective management organization, and Attorney General refused them. So what she's doing, she wants to create a situation where, I mean, she's been going left, right, center. If you invite her, Akosua, come and tell us what your problem actually is. She will not come because she has no problem. Her problem is she needs a license to run her own collective management organization. And in a small country like Ghana, if you want to run various collective management organizations, it brings only chaos. Because can we imagine 3 different companies running to the same multimedia houses and then asking for money? It's not practical. So all the noise she's making, it's not as if she has any evidence or any proof whatsoever. It is pure politics she's doing, thinking that when she makes so much noise, knowing also that a lot of people don't understand these things, and then she'll be given a hearing. Ask her. Even for the past 2-3 weeks, we set up a committee just to listen to the grievances and the complaints of the members. She's been invited 3 times, she didn't come. Kobiantri's time, she did the same thing. You know, she's just an ignorant, and she's just making noise. And Gambro is run by constitution, so we set up a committee. We've asked her to come. If she doesn't come, Gambro will meet and make a decision as to how to go.
So what's the way forward for Gambro in terms of the way the musicians are complaining? Is there a way maybe Gambro can organize maybe a seminar or something to educate musicians on how to collect their monies? Because as you said, most of them do not know how how to go about this, and day in, day out, when they are asked during interviews, they are free to just, open up and say whatever they want to say. And sometimes it comes out really sad, and that's when people tend to have different thoughts about Ghana. People think that the monies are there, but maybe they are not getting there.
First and foremost, people who go on air and pour out their frustrations on Gambo. Already there's enough frustration in the music industry. Musicians, majority of them are not really making money. And then because of that, they will pour their frustrations on Gambo, even if they are members or not. And then also they'll pour their frustrations on Gambo. Gambo is only one revenue stream. Where real money comes from music is your performances and sales of your records and whatever. And Gambo is only one aspect of your revenue. And then people complain because I believe that because of the system we're running, sometimes the royalty delays a bit. We have two different streams of revenue. One is a blank levy, a levy that is being collected at the ports on recordable items. So the money goes through the Ministry of Finance and the government will release it to us. It delays. For example, this money is supposed to have come 3 months ago, but it's only recently that it went through Ministry of Finance. It kept Ministry of Finance. It was there for 3 months, always chasing it. I mean, chasing it. I even had an accident last week. So the money just went to Controller and Accountant General. Okay, if we are expecting this money to distribute, government has not released the money to us. What do? The people go around complaining, and Gambo is this and Gambo is that. The money is not in our hands. What do we distribute? Another form of distribution is the money that we collect from music users. And as I said, a lot of the music users are not willing to pay. So what we do is either you are going to do what? Do demonstration or what? Would that bring you your money? The only way that will give you the answer is to drag them to court.
Is that a reason we heard recently that the task force were, I think...
it's all part of it. Okay. Task force going around chasing spinners to pay, we dragging media houses to court, dragging telcos to court. It's all in pursuit of collecting money. And mind you, all these monies that we need to spend to chase these monies, to legal fees that we need to pay, and everything goes within the 30%. Wow. So you are constrained by there's much you want to do, but there's much you can't do because you don't have, by law, you can't take anything more than the 30% to do all these things.
We'll just wait for his first album, and once Onipa is doing so well, which obviously it's going to be a lesson for you out there, you need to pay attention to the lyrics, because once you listen to it, you get to have an understanding of life, yes, in general. So we're going to expect that song is being released, and of course we'll just wait for the album once it's set. Hopefully, I guess by close of this year we should expect the album. And that title, did it come out? The title of the album?
That title is going to be Restoration.
Restoration, and yes, when you hear Rex Uncle Rex, your advice to musicians out there before we wrap up?
Yes, and what I want to say is we should not rush too much to become popular. We should rather get to understand the game we're getting ourselves into. And then this idea of, music is for the globe. No matter where you are, no matter in what small corner you are, if you get grips of your music and it is original, trust me, no matter how long it takes, the whole world is your marketplace. You don't have to break through in Nigeria or Ghana or anywhere. The most important thing is the music is original. Someday, one day, somebody will discover you.
All right, thank you so much. And we have been doing this right here at Grab and Go Foods. It's located just close to Peace FM. You can come here and have all sorts of dishes. From noodles, I've experienced it. From jollof, I've eaten some. Fried rice, I've eaten some. I don't know what I haven't tasted here. And their smoothies is classic. Just get in here, grab it, and go as it says. I'm Doreen Avio, and the show has been Let's Talk Showbiz.